Hello everyone, James Dobson here, and I'm just making you a quick video on how you can build your own totally free newsletter in Command in under 30 minutes. All right, here we go. So there's going to be 3 steps. Let's just sort of talk through this quickly just so you have an idea of what we're going to do today, and then we'll just jump right in. So 3 steps. Step number 1 is going to be building or finding the content, in Command, because a good portion of the newsletter is going to be already completed for you. Step number 2 is going to be taking that content and building an email template. Building the template is easy. Well, it's not easy, but it's nice because we only have to do it once. Once the template is built, it's just a matter of replacing the content once a month. Step number 3 is creating your list and actually sending out the campaign. All right, let's just jump right in. So right now I'm in Designs, and we're just going to hit Create Design, Print, and then Continue. Please excuse the delays. Sorry. I don't know if it's my computer or Command, but one of the two has been very slow lately. All right, then we're going to go to lead generation. We're going to go to personally branded zine. You can see we have Q2 here. So the magazines are released on a quarterly basis. So you can see Q2, Q1, Q4, Q3. So every 3 months, a new one is released. And in each magazine, we're going to have 3 articles that we can use. So I'm going to click Use. And then if I expand the pages here, if I scroll down to page 6, you can see this is our first article. So page 6, 7, and 8. So what I'm going to do is, before I do that, 6, 7, and 8 are the articles, like the article that's going to be probably the body of our newsletter. I do recommend sometimes adding a little bit extra. So if page 4, which is, I'm pretty sure it's always page 4, is like a little note from the agent. So you can just replace your photo here, your name, and then you can write a little sort of market summary or a note to your database here as sort of the cover letter to your newsletter. Same thing, if you want to include market stats, you can pull them on whatever MLS you use, and then just input the data here. And then instead of just exporting page 6, 7, 8, you could export 3 to 8 or 4 to 8. So you can get creative with how much you want to include here, which is nice. For the sake of this, I'm just going to do 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to hit download. We are going to want, I'm going to face out of the way here. We're going to want, instead of PDFs, JPEGs, because we're going to be putting them into image boxes in the newsletter template. Current page only, I'm going to select 6, 7, 8, and hit download. All right, so that should start downloading momentarily. You can see it's preparing here. So when this downloads, it's going to download as a zip file. So we're going to have to unzip it in order to get the access to those 3 JPEGs. Again, I'm going to pause this and come back when it's done loading. All right, I'm back. So that didn't take too long. but I closed some applications while I was at it. Hopefully that should speed things up a little bit. All right. We're just jumping now back into command from WeBrand. We're going to go straight to designs, and we're going to create another design. One thing you should know, when I had the video paused, the download came through and I unzipped those files. Because I'm only sharing this tab, you wouldn't have seen that anyway. On a Mac, it's as easy as just double clicking on the download and it will turn it into a folder with your 3 images. If you're using a PC, you might have to go to an unzip website or use whatever software you have. All right, so now I'm going to select email. So now that we have our images, I'm going to select email because we're going to build our email template. So hit continue. All right, I usually go with modern newsletter B. There it is. Next. So here, basically we're just going to rejig some of this by deleting a good portion of it. So I'm going to get rid of the market center logo, get rid of this, get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. So all I'm doing right now is just deleting stuff that I don't need. And I mean, alternatively, you could start from a blank template, but I like these sort of red header boxes that they've included. I think it looks nice, so leave that. I find it's easier to delete the stuff I don't need than trying to replicate what I do need. Probably could have paused the video as I did this too. That's all right. So I know this looks kind of weird, but these are spacer blocks. That's why it looks like I'm actually deleting nothing, but there is something there. All right, so now you can see all I'm left with is a red header box, a place to put some text, one image box, and then this stuff at the bottom. I'd probably also get rid of this just because it's not for that. All right, so what I'm going to do now is click on the image box, and then I'm going to edit it. Sometimes I have issues with this image box. Hopefully not today. Sorry, instead of edit, hit replace. We're going to click add image, drag and drop. I'm just going to browse. So right now, my zip file is sent to my downloads. And so that's what a zip file looks like. It'll say something.zip. All you have to do on a Mac is double click it, and it should turn into a folder like this that says 2022 Q2 magazine. So I'm just going to select all 3 images. I'm going to click open. Images loaded successfully. Perfect. Then I can go back to my images, select the first one, and click replace. You'll notice sometimes it might distort the images. Let's see if it did that this time. Yes, it did. If you're having this issue, don't fret. All you have to do, that's because this was the image block that was already in this template, and it's going to take whatever you put in it and keep it that size, which we don't want. So I'm going to delete this. Then I'm just going to take a new image block, and I'm going to drag it right there so that the green line is in that yellow box from above. Click the little pencil, select my image, hit save, and there we go. We have a full page image. We're just going to repeat this process again. Green line is inside the yellow box as opposed to below it. again. Second one. Nice. And then lastly. All right. So now, if I were to hit Options, Preview, I hope you guys can see this. Yeah, you should see this. So you can see this is the most basic form of the newsletter that I sort of teach people to do. I mentioned earlier you can take that page 4, which is the note from your agent. Instead of doing that, you could also just use the text box that's right here, depending on the look you're going for. I like to keep this. I just find it looks good. And then you've got your 3 pages right there, and then it will populate your photo and then your legal footer. If you have any issues with your legal footer, feel free to reach out to me. I'll also leave it here for a sec if you want to just copy the one that I have right here. All right, so that is our template. So now what I'm going to do is change this to use letter template and hit save. So, that was weird. Couldn't save and then it did. Let me just do that one more time. Awesome. Close this out. Save changes. All right, so we can see it's saved there. Now we have the content, we have the template. Step number 3 is create your list and actually create the campaign that's going to send out your template. There's 2 ways to do this. One is you could set up a smart plan, and the smart plan would just be 3 steps. Send out an email, wait 30 days, repeat again. The drawback to doing this is that if you don't update your newsletter template, it will send out your old one, right? So make sure to set your reminders in your calendar so you don't forget. Option number 2 is we just create a campaign, and once a month we manually send out our new updated template. That's my preferred method, and that's probably what I'm going to show you right now. All right, so we go to campaigns. All right, so I'm going to go to emails. We're close. We're getting close. All right, so the first thing, if you haven't done this before, would be email lists. You don't have any. So I have my personal newsletter, 74 people on there. You can create a list if you don't have one just by going like this, and then you can manually pick them, or you can filter by tag, which is what I prefer. So if you have your sphere, A, B's, and C's, you can just filter by your tags like this, and then select all, for example. Once you have your list, it'll show up here, and then we can go back to our campaigns, and then we're going to hit create a campaign. We're going to hit email, obviously. We put in a newsletter. This title is internal, so don't stress about that too much. I usually go other when it comes to the newsletter. You could also do brand awareness. All right, so first let's select our design. Newsletter template right there. I'm in campaigns right now. I selected my design, and then I hit save and exit, which takes me back to my campaign builder. You can see I've got main newsletter. This is going to be, oh yeah, sorry. leave that, my account, reply to email. I'm going to select my personal newsletter list. Got my name, my reply to email, subject, Thompson Digest. Content. And then I already have my content selected there. So yeah, this is what it looks like. You pick your design. You just have to hit, we already, presumably made all the changes that you want before you built the campaign, and then just hit save and exit. And then you just have to hit send. And there you go. That is how you find your content, build your template, and send out your command newsletter in only 15 minutes. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.